My dear viewers, hello and welcome to a new episode of our program Culture Magazine, during which we're going to bring you the latest cultural events that are taking place in Egypt. Please stay tuned.
The Minister of Culture and the Governor of Alexandria honor 21 personalities who made distinguished contribution to the Sayyid Darwish Theatre in the celebration of its centenary. The Minister of Culture, Dr. Ines Abdidaim, and Major General Muhammad Tahir Sharif, Governor of Alexandria, launched the celebrations of the ceremony of the centenary of the Sayyid Darwish Theatre in the presence of Dr. Magdi Sabir, the President of the Cairo Opera House. Also attending the grand ceremony was a number of consuls of foreign embassies in Alexandria, intellectuals, officials, and prominent city symbols. The minister said that the march of Sayyid Darwish Theatre in Alexandria started 100 years ago, and throughout its history it has been a huge artistic and cultural value as one of the oldest creative beacons in Egypt. The Sayyid Darwish Theatre has been, and it still is, one of the most important elements of soft power. Various arts and genuine works of art shined on the Sayyid Darwish stage in all areas of creativity. Its walls have witnessed a distinguished abundance of various colors of arts and culture, which contributed to the formation of the awareness of the people of Alexandria in specific and the country as a whole. The Sayyid Darwish Theatre is one of the most beautiful buildings and one of Alexandria's cultural treasures and heritage icons. Architecturally, the theater building contributed greatly to enriching the artistic movement in the city. This stage has witnessed leaders, kings, presidents, and senior artists in Egypt and from around the world. It is worth noting that it currently plays an important role in preparing generations and distinguished creators and provides an opportunity for promising people to express themselves. The minister also elaborated that the Sayyid Darwish Theatre will remain a prominent landmark in northern Egypt, a source of pride, a gateway to transcendence of conscience, and a shining tributary that enriches cultural and artistic life in Alexandria and its surrounding governorates. She added, to the bride of the Mediterranean, the people of Alexandria, and all those honored on this occasion, she concluded her speech by saying that Egypt remains the leader, the Mecca of art and artists. Alexandria remains a beacon of art and creativity. Meanwhile, the governor of Alexandria valued the efforts of the Minister of Culture in supporting and revitalizing the creativity movement in the city of Thagr and stressed the superiority of the people of the coastal city in various fields, praising the documentary film that narrates the history of the theater as a memorial of one of the prominent landmarks in Alexandria, and thanked all those in charge of the theater. Then the Minister of Culture and the Governor of Alexandria honored 21 figures of the city of Alexandria who made distinguished contribution to the theater. Those honored were presented with certificates of appreciation and honor shields, which were designed in the form of the front of the theater. The celebration was directed by the artist Walid Aouni. The theater's centenary coincides with the celebration of the 100th anniversary of Sayyid Darwish's birth. A documentary was screened during the ceremony on the history of the theater, the Sayyid Darwish Theater, 100 Years of Creativity. The film is a production of the Cairo Opera House, and its visual artists are Mohammed Munir and Samir Modi. The renowned ballet Romeo and Juliet was recently performed at the Cairo Opera House Grand Hall. Romeo and Juliet is presented by the Cairo Opera Ballet, accompanied by the Cairo Opera Orchestra, led by Maestro Nader Abbasi and directed by the late Dr. Abdelmenem Kamel, and artistic direction goes to Armenia Kamel. The ballet is composed by the Russian international musician Sergei Prokofiev and choreography by Leonid Lavrovsky, Jean Kranko, Malcolm Milan, and Abdelmenem Kamel. This work is inspired by the famous Shakespearean tragic comedy of the same name and set in the Italian city of Verona, and tells the story of the struggle between the two most prestigious families in the city, Montegeo and Capult. The play tells the story of two lovers who come from these notorious families. They are Romeo and Juliet, and they try to bond together despite the differences between their families. But the result of this conflict leads to their inevitable fate, which is death. It is worth mentioning that the Cairo Opera Ballet Troupe was founded in 1966 and was affiliated with the Higher Institute of Ballet, and its members were trained by experts from the Soviet Union. The troupe presents contemporary performances, so contemporary calligraphy works are very clear in their shows through Egyptian directors and choreographers. The Cairo Opera Ballet has become one of the Cairo Opera House troupes in 1991. During the past seasons, they presented a number of international ballets and made artistic tours in various countries of the world, including France, England, Mexico, Ireland, Korea, Australia, the United States, China, Italy, Turkey, Lebanon, Jordan, and Canada. The troupe's repertoire includes many international classics, including Spartacus, Don Quixote, The Nutcracker, Swan Lake, and Zurba.
The Cairo Opera House plays a significant role in the cultural movement that is taking place in Egypt. Please stay tuned.
In the first joint artistic cooperation event between the Bibliotheca Alexandria and the Cairo Opera House, the international harpist Manal Mohyeddin, accompanied by the Bibliotheca Alexandria Chamber Orchestra, presented a concert with the participation of the Oriental Fingers Ensemble on the open stage. Manal Mohyeddin is one of the most prominent harpists all over the world. She's the first Egyptian player who played this instrument, as she performed in many prominent places such as Al Sawi Cultural Wheel, the Cairo Opera House, and Obit Al Ghuri, not to mention her performances in many Arab and foreign countries where it did achieve a huge success. The harpist Manal Mohyeddin is a well-known and accomplished Egyptian musician. As a soloist, she has a countless number of recitals to her name, along with performances with many orchestras in Egypt, such as the Cairo Symphony Orchestra, the Cairo Opera Orchestra, the Cairo Festival Orchestra, and etc. She participated regularly in many musical festivals, such as the Citadel Festival for Music and Singing, the Opera House Summer Festival, and other festivals. She took part in numerous cultural events in Egypt, including concerts at well-known tourist sites as well as outside the country. Her recitals and concerts are often broadcast on the Egyptian radio and television. She also made several recordings of film music. What makes Manal Mohyeddin unique is her ability to invest in many genres with the same dedication. No doubt her experimentation with the Banat al-Nil ensemble, which was founded in early 20s, and then her own Oriental ensemble, helped her to develop a connection with a wide audience that would not choose to attend Western classical music. Undeniably, to many such music lovers, today the harp is prominent with the help of her.
I started when I was 10 years old in the conservatoire. with Professor Nahid Zegri, God bless her soul. And I finished study in, I get the diploma, high diploma in conservatoire. So I went to Germany. I stayed around 5 years. So I make the doctor, the PhD degree in Germany. And I came back, so I became professor in the conservatoire. And then, as you said, I was the first harpist since from the 60s. The Cairo Symphony Orchestra used to invite always harpists from abroad, especially east of Europe, like Poland, Czech, Russian, Ukraine. They used to come here and play with the symphony. So when I came, so I entered the symphony orchestra, and I started the career, the journey with concerts and etc. I have this group that the Orchestra Biblioteca join us today. It's called Oriental Stroke. Strokes mean fingers. So this is already since more than 15 years, more than maybe 15 years. And I make this Egyptian harp ensemble. We are a group of 11 harpists from very different generations. And we play 6 harp together, and I name it Egyptian Harp Ensemble. You know, when I was first thinking to make the Oriental Stroke, so I was thinking to play the pieces that really I like, and the pieces that maybe the people was forgotten about it. Like, for example, dances from Aziza. It's dance. Not many people know that Muhammad Abdul Wahab did dances, maybe more than 60 dances. And I wanted to rearrange of course not me, I asked for the colleagues to rearrange the pieces that it has identity. That was for me really very, very important, that I play Egyptian music. And pieces I like. I used to sing with myself. I like singing. So the stuff and the songs that I sing, I wanted to play on the harp. So that was part of it, to enjoy playing not only classical music, which I adore, and this is my professional, but I wanted to be able to play the songs that I really like, and I'm when I am with myself, I sing it for myself. And I wanted to think and let the public remind great songs for Asmahan, big singers, or Laila Murad, or film like, for example, I like very much the film of غرام في الكرنك. And I adore Ali Asmain, and I love to watch this film. And when it's come, I was always يعني dancing with the music. So this is always the idea, yeah, that the things I like and the things it will affect the public with Egyptian identity. It's international language. If you play with your heart, all the people all over the world, they will understand and they will feel it. This is the beauty about the music. It's international language. So if you really play with passion, any culture, and they will understand, and they will feel it, and they will be appreciated. Especially in Europe, the harp. It's a classical instrument. They know it as a classical instrument. And when I play our music, they are very surprised that it can be like this. That you can play such different music, and of course the percussion. They love percussions because it's different. Our percussions style, it's let them كده dance on sitting and clap, and it's a whole project. It's beautiful, yeah, and it show how Egyptians can be. They can go internationals, make concerts, and show our again identity. For me, identity it's very important. Even the way I dress, I like to put Egyptian. To play harp, I don't know. The only place that they can join, it's the conservatoire. Harp, it's very expensive instrument. It's not here. I mean, you have to bring it from America or Europe or Japan or China, or I mean, we don't do it here. So there is very difficult to let everywhere the harp. In Egypt, we have here in the opera, and we have in the conservatoire, and my other colleagues, they have their private harps. But yeah, maybe later I will think to open private school and to play the small harp, because there is a small harp. It's a bit less expensive. Maybe that will be my next project. Maybe, I don't know. I wish to play all over Egypt, not abroad. Yes, I wanted to visit all the, yeah. For me, this is more important than to go abroad. I'm thinking that many people in the area outside Cairo and Egypt and Cairo and Alexandria, I think they wish and they would love to see music concerts like harp or another groups live. This is very important. So this is my dream, to go with my group all over Egypt. Upper Egypt, Ismailia, Port Said, all over. To stay a year, going with a car, putting the harp, putting the musicians, and going all over Egypt. This is really my big wish.
In August 2013, she was given the State Incentive Award for Arts, a prestigious recognition by the Egyptian state for the outstanding achievements. Looking into the future, the dynamism of Manal Mohiuddin is sufficient to bring the best she can to her sparkling career and fast-growing audience. She remains optimistic looking at the national spirit that was born among Egyptians. At the same time, she sees culture as one of the most important files for any nation. A variety of collection from Western work and Oriental songs to soundtracks of the famous and international films played by the great international harpist Manal Mohiuddin with the Bibliotheca Alexandria Orchestra for the first time in the Cairo Opera House. Shuruk Bikir, Culture Magazine.
We are still with you, and we are still with our segments in the Cultural Magazine, so stay tuned.
Lila Kibira Ballet, or The Big Night, was inspired by the famous puppet show of the same name. It was composed by the great musician Said Mekkawi and the words of the unique poet Salah Jahin. It formed a big part of the Egyptian folklore due to its expressive and funny deception of the Moulid, and has since been performed occasionally throughout the 1960s until today. And for the ballet, where the puppets were freed from their threads to go on a free show while maintaining the same old idea that revolves around the manifestation of the celebration of one of the popular events, El Moulid, and it achieved a great success when presented in its new form, ballet.
Well, with this, my dear viewers, we come to the end of this episode of our program Culture Magazine. I hope you enjoy being with me. Please wait for me in the next episode. Until then, it's goodbye.